sees you when she's sleeping? Though I cycle to and from work well over 95% of the time, I do not cycle everywhere. Most of my mileage is accumulated via commuting, but I'll also buzz around the same suburban streets of Cary, North Carolina on my days off for exercise and recreation that I use to travel to and from work. When riding on the streets, I have a minimum of 2 ultra-bright, sporadically flashing taillights, along with at least 1 disco pulsating headlight, and that's in the daytime. I use as many as 4 headlights at night when I usually run 3 rear red flashers. After promising self that I'd ride my bike Christmas Day, I finally went out for a short ride in the late afternoon. The main goal for my ride was to ensure that a quarter-century-old Terry bicycle I was planning to sell was in tip-top shape. My shakedown route was a quick 8K, 5-mile ride through the swanky neighborhood that lies just the other side of Kildare Farm Road from my modest abode. I slapped bright flashers on the handlebar and seat post and grabbed my nighttime commuter helmet, which likewise has front and rear lights, outfitting me with a pair of bright flashing lights both front and rear. Though highly visible, I still had a gal back out in front of me as I cycled toward her driveway. I was going uphill, and I expected her to not stop before backing to the street, and she didn't disappoint. But she did do a couple things I didn't expect. The first being applying her brakes about 10 seconds after pulling out in front of me. Seeing her brake lights go on, I figured she saw my headlights in her rear view and wondered if I was a cop. My lights are that bright, and folks freak out sometimes. She didn't slow down noticeably, but rather continued on and rounded a curve that took her out of my view. Rounding the curve, I see her van sitting at the stop sign, and as I approach, the little old gray-haired lady opens her door and steps to the pavement in order to apologize, saying she hadn't even seen me as she pulled out of her drive. I was kind in kind, and slowing without stopping, said how much I really appreciated her stopping to say so, asked her to please be more careful, and waving as I continued on, wished her a Merry Christmas, which she returned. We were both sincere. I don't know what else I can do to make myself more visible, but it was very refreshing to have someone own up to making a mistake and apologizing for her improper behavior. Be careful out there. You never know who's not watching. The Terry needs a tiny bit of additional work to make it perfect. I'll get to it the next time I have a day off.